Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So in this video we're going to be going through all of the top teams you can run in Thalassa, and no surprise, Velara is in all of the top teams today. So there are over 10 teams I have to show you because depending on the options you have, there are a lot of teams which are performing well. So hopefully from this you'll definitely be able to find your top performing team. We're going to lead it off with Genhard's completely free to play team. There's going to be the setup Hugin in front of Odie, Shamira in the back right, Smokey to the left, and Coco in the upper left. All of the teams today are going to be running the Dragon Roar artifact. That is kind of the best artifact for Thalassa. Every single team is running Dragon Roar artifact. To show you how strong it actually is. So Shamira is really good for Thalassa. If you don't have Shamira, you can replace her for Bonnie. Like basically, Shamira, Odie, and Bonnie, these are the top 3 damage dealers for Thalassa. So if you don't have Shamira and you want to run a free-to-play team, you can replace her for Bonnie. But hopefully you guys do have Shamira. And this team is using no Celestial Hypogean heroes, so I wanted to begin with this one. But of course, it is not going to be able to get up to the top scores of today. The top score on my server is somehow 60 billion damage, which is insane because the top records I've seen posted, like even in Yapala Discord, are like 59.3, 59.8. I haven't seen a single 60 billion damage score. So that is really like capping out the potential. And of course, Thalassa has a lot of RNG, so this is the thing you have to be prepared for. You're going to have to be ready to do multiple runs, maybe even all of your runs with your top chosen team to get your top score. Okay, so this team specifically doesn't seem to have much RNG. Everyone's surviving just fine because you have the Coco in there as well. 41.2 billion damage. Nothing impressive, but I mean, it is a decent overall team. And it is a top performing, no Celestial Hypogean team. So I definitely wanted to show that. Okay, next up we have a team from Maxen. This is a really good budget team using heroes like Shamira, Bonnie, and the twins now, because twins are really important for Thalassa. So blue twin on the right and pink twin on the left, they're going to be buffing up only Shamira, Hugin in front of the Shamira, Sonya in the back buffing up Shamira, and your Bonnie in the lower left corner with the Dragon Roar artifact. Now, because there are a lot of teams to go through, I'm going to begin doing skip runs just to show you the potential of these teams. There we go. So 43.4 billion damage. Not actually, this is not great. I'm gonna do one more skip run because I feel like we just didn't hit good RNG with the first one. But this has been reported to get 46 billion damage, even for players who have Supreme Plus level of upgrades. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So almost 48 billion damage. That is more like what this team is capable of. But this shows you right here. There is RNG. You're gonna have to do multiple runs. But then you can get a pretty decent score with this team. So 48 billion damage. That is kind of why it's difficult for me to make this video, especially when we'll move on to the next team. I'll talk about it later. But okay, so we have No-Reinier Bonnie team. So this is going to be using Bonnie and Shamira as damage dealers. No-Reinier. I'm going to show you the No-Reinier teams first, but of course Reinier is doing far better. So blue twin on the right and pink twin on the left. We have Bonnie and Shamira. Hugin in front of Shamira, Smokey to the right with the Dragon Roar artifact. Let's go ahead and give this a skip run. I don't actually know exactly what to expect from this team because this is more of like a Reinier swap, but 47.5 billion damage. So basically both of the teams I've shown you so far, they're really neck and neck. And they both have No-Reinier in it. But this is just another No-Reinier team option you can try along with Maxen's team. And then we're going to go ahead and show you the final No-Reinier option, which is using Odie. This one over here, and is going to be a little bit similar, but blue twin on the right, pink twin on the left, only buffing up Shamira. You have Odie up in the upper left on his own, not being buffed up. Hugin in front of Shamira, and Smokey off to the side. So you're going to see a common trend, basically Hugin, Smokey, twins. These are really good heroes and really good for budget comms as well. 47.7. So all 3 of these teams, very neck and neck. There's also going to be RNG involved in them. I'm not going to do more runs because there's a lot of teams to show, but basically all 3 of these are good options if you don't have Reinier. These are the best budget No-Reinier teams out there. Okay, so next up we're going to show you Datron and Genhard's team. Now we're getting to the good stuff, because we have the Rainier teams, and Rainier of course is going to be very important for Thalassa. So this team is very similar to the team I just showed you, but rather than Hugin, you're going to have Rainier. This is the more pay-to-win version, and it is just better. Blue turn on the right and pink turn on the left, buffing up only Shmira. Rainier in front of the Shmira, and you have Smokey off to the right and Odie in the upper left with the Dragon Roar artifact. Let's go ahead and give it a skip run and see what we can get. But this should definitely be breaking 50 billion damage. There we go. 55.3 billion damage already into the rank 6 position using Odie and Shmira as damage dealers. Now, this is not going to be the top teams of today. However, it is a very solid team. And for a lot of players, this is going to be their top performing team because they have Odie, they have Shmira, they have all of these heroes built up. So basically a very solid, not terrible on RNG team. This one doesn't have terribly bad RNG. Now the next one I'm going to show you, I believe, is going to be the high RNG team, but it is also really good. This team from Elio and Toby, this is actually probably the best No-Velara team. So play note to this. But it is RNG heavy. This team has hit up to 57 billion damage from a maxed out account, but it needs RNG in order to get it done. But this is also a very, very solid team. Rainier in front of Shmira. You have blue turn on the right, and then pink turn on the left. Bonnie and Shmira both on the Stellar Bond, and then you have Hugin in front of the blue twin with the Dragon Roar artifact. I might have to do a couple of runs of this team because this team has reported quite a bit of RNG. So let's see what we get on our first one. We got a new record. Oh, great. Okay, I'm really happy with that. Then I don't have to do more runs. 56.6 billion damage. Very, very solid team. This is a very good team. And honestly, this one or the Odie team I showed right before this, these are going to be your best options if you don't have Velara. And you can still compete relatively well for the top ranks. However, the Velara teams are going to be like a 3 billion damage boost, potentially. So there we have the final No-Velara team. Now it is time to move on to the top teams of today. So we have some really actually interesting teams. First of all, we have the No-Kulu team. So if you don't have Kulu, but you do have Velara, you have Rainier, you have the twins. By the way, Rainier needs to be a Mythic Plus if you're using him in Dream Realm. This is going to be the top team for you. This team is really, really good. It has hit up to almost 60 billion damage, like 59.3, somewhere around that range. And that is crazy for, and it has hit it with the Supreme Plus Velara as well. So, yeah, we can get it done too with our Supreme Plus Velara. So we have Rainier in front of the Shmira. We have Pink Twin on the right, Blue Twin on the left. So this is the difference. You're going to have the twins kind of in a swap positioning that we have seen up until now. Bonnie on the Stellar Bond, Velara behind the Bonnie with the Dragon Roar artifact. We're going to go ahead and do a skip run because it may take a couple of runs to get the maximum score. But I would like to actually take a look at a replay of this team. Okay, almost 58 billion damage on our first run. That is really good. That is really good. However, like I said, this team has hit 59.2 billion damage. With this lineup, like basically with a Supreme Plus Velara. So our account also has a potential of even getting 59 billion with this team. So I'm going to do a couple more skip runs, but then we will move on to the Kulu team, which is the considered overall top team of today. But I don't have Paragon for Kulu, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a better score with that or with this one. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. 59.1. That is the potential of this team. With the Supreme Plus Velara, of course, we have all of the other heroes maxed out. But this is showing you that Velara is not coming here to play around. She means business. 59.1 billion damage thanks to Velara. That is really solid. I can now move on to the Kulu team in peace because that is a very good score. Okay, so we have two different Kulu teams. We have the overall best team, pay-to-win team with Velara, but then we also have, really funnily enough, we have a No-Velara team, which is also on the top rank if you have Kulu. So it's really strange because Velara is in the top team, and Velara is in like the best version of this team even here. However, if you don't have Velara but you have Kulu, you can run this team and also get like 58 billion damage, 58.5 billion damage, which is really good. Hugin in front of Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left. We have Shmira on the Stellar Bond, Rainier in front of Shmira and Kulu in the back with the Dragon Roar artifact. Again, this is going to be an RNG team. We're going to go for the skip run until we hit something which I would feel proud about. Okay, almost 57 billion damage on our first run. I mean, that isn't so bad. That isn't so bad. It has the potential of getting like 58.5 billion damage, but that is with like a Paragon 4 Kulu. That is with a Paragon 4 Hugin. Obviously, we are not going to be able to hit that. We're not going to be able to hit that today. So I think I'm going to stop there. Now we're going to show you the overall top team of today. The overall top team of today, if you have high upgrades on all of these heroes, is going to be this version. Exactly like the Hugin team we just showed you before, but this is going to have Velara rather than Hugin. So Velara in front of the blue twin, blue on the right, and pink on the left. Only Shmir on the stellar bond, Reinier in front of Shmir, and Kulu in the back with the Dragon Roar artifact. This team has got up to 59.9 billion damage. Basically, essentially 60 billion damage. However, it has been done from a Paragon 4 Kulu. And I don't even know about the... Okay, there we go. 58.9 on the first run. Again, very amazing team. But it has been done, that top score has been done with a Paragon 4 Kulu. So I don't think that this team is going to outperform, for me, the other team I showed you before this, which is the Velara team with Bonnie and Shmira. Okay guys, so I am overall happy with the performance of all the teams we ran. I think this gives you a really good showcase of the potential of various different teams. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are a lot of teams, and very importantly, there is a lot of RNG in Thalassa. So whichever team you choose, you're gonna have to do multiple runs, 5 to 10 runs to get your top score, but you can get some amazing scores with the teams we've shown for today. But again, it is showing that Velara is number 1 again in another Dream Realm boss. Now she's been 3 for 3 Nocturne Judicator, Plague Creeper, and Thalassa, but her time is probably coming to an end in Dream Realm because there are a lot of bosses where she is not going to be good, like Necro Draken, most likely like Lucia, and we know in Sigmund she is not good. So that is the thing to keep in mind. But overall, Velara is definitely dominating Thalassa. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck getting a top score today. If you have any other tips, you can feel free to share them in the comment section down below. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. There's the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.